Okay, well, today's going to be the first day of, I don't know, we'll call it test and tune of the Woods Super Seeder slash the Frontier. What is this thing? A GS? Yeah, GS 1172. It's a wood seeder. Let's just put these seat cups. No, are they supposed to be inside? No, they're supposed to be back here, I think. I don't know. I probably need to look because I can tell you one thing. Their quality control is not outstanding. Okay, the rest of them. So I have it opened all the way up to the very bottom notch in the seed cup. And when I ran it, it makes 290 pounds an acre is what it's making right now. I do need to check and make sure what we're going to do. I need to make sure this agitator is working, but you don't want the seed box up here in the native seed box to be spinning. You don't want to run them while you're running the other seed box. So I'm going to pull this cover off real quick and make sure. I think they have a bolt in the wrong spot over here. I think the bolt's supposed to be where the pin is, and the pin is supposed to be where the bolt is. But we'll take it apart and see. What I did to combat not being able to put down 450 pounds an acre like what I normally do, or even 435 or even 400. If I get 400 and it's a little shy, I would like pass and a half it or something. Normally I overlap a little bit, but I would just overlap a little more. At this point, I think I would have to overlap at least half of my past previous to get enough seed down to primary seed fescue. I did figure out a solution. Well, I think I figured out a solution. We are gonna seed today. I'm not gonna double pass it. My dad ended up spreading a third of the seed yesterday, so we have about 2 acres opened up there at his land. So I can seed about 2/3 of an acre primary seeding, if that makes sense, without overlapping or whatever. Since I'm putting down 296 pounds an acre, that's about 2/3 of the seed that you need to seed it. So I had him yesterday spread 5 bags, because we're going to do 15 bags total. Hopefully I didn't lose you in the math. But anyways, we might have a solution. So this here is a slowdown kit. That's a slowdown sprocket. That's to slow it down. We definitely don't need that. So what I did is I bought this gear from Woods. It's not the right gear. It's the right ratio is what they tell me. It's supposed to speed it up 200%, the chain. So I don't know what that equates into shaft speed. We're going to find that out this weekend. But it is the number that's etched on it is not correct from Woods. That's maybe an old number. It is a 1001983 is the actual part number, I believe. I'll check and I'll make sure I put it in the description. But if you don't know a machinist, we had to machine, I don't know, 3/8 of an inch or a 1/2 inch off the one side of the gear. The gear came with the needle bearings, so I pulled the needle bearings out and gave it to David, my machinist buddy. He machined this side all the way off, and then if you see the spacers there, he just machined me 2 spacers and pressed them onto the bearing, and then pressed the bearing in so it's evenly spaced. I don't know if you can see in there. It's evenly spaced like the factory is. You probably can't see in there, but they have them spaced. That's not a necessity. I was just going to space it out with washers. That is a little nicer, setup. But this actually has the same offset now. It's offset how it's supposed to be. So this ought to fit in the position over here for the main box, what I'm going to call the main box, the cool season grasses. This is the gear to set your ratio from ground speed to how fast it turns. They said this gear ought to make it work and get the production that I needed, but they don't have the right gear that is set up like this. It's all offset to one side. So Before, this was literally, you know, in comparison, it was flat like that, and then it had, you know, all that space there. You know, it had double the spacer on one side. Obviously, it's not going to work. I didn't want to try to run it with the chain cocked. You know, a 1/4 inch is what the chain was going to cock in both of them. So one was going to ride like that, one was going to ride like that. So if you have one of these seeders, reach out to me and let me know if you would like to primary seed with the cedar fescue. I would think everybody would want to. I would think Woods would make this gear. We're going to make sure the ratio works and all that. We won't figure it out today, but I'll have a next video. Hey, we either fixed the cedar or didn't fix the cedar. So like and subscribe, hit the notification button so when I put that video up, you'll see it. But if this works, we have it figured out to where we can make a gear. And I think what we're going to do is we are going to drill like a 3 or 4 bolt pattern in it. So say you need to modify it and we need to change your ratio. So you'll have, you know, you'll have the ability of changing this gear set out, and we can always machine a different size tooth if you need to dial it up more, less. If we need to really tweak it, we might end up having to tweak this setup, and it might be too fast. I would like to overseed fescue 4 or 5 pounds per thousand, and I would like to primary seed fescue just with the movement of my seed box. Actually, it's this one here for the primary seed box, but I would like to just be able to move it, even if it's all the way down or all the way up. I would like to not have to take all my chains apart and change out a gear to go overseed something or to go primary seed something. I could do that with my Lampride. I just didn't have the capabilities of the other seed boxes. They have a small seed box for an APS seeder, but they really don't have the option for the native seed and the small seed. From what I know, I mean, you can let me know if I'm wrong, but from what I always found, and I didn't look back into it because I kind of got onto this seeder and I'm like, I want this seeder. I do like the fact that it's got discs. We're going to see if I absolutely love it today, but now I can no-till drill brome, so I can go brush hog a field and then I can till brome into it. You know, kill off the weeds and stuff like that and till brome into it, which would be amazing. I can't, you know, somebody can go out and use a field finisher on it if they want, but it say, like this year, I have about 13 or 15 acres of cornfield that I have to go put brome in. Well, once he runs over it and, you know, puts his stalk chopper on it, he's just going to chop the stalks. Try to say that a lot of times. He's going to go, you know, get all the stalks out of it, but we're going to have field residue in it. I can seed right into it. We'll use that residue as food. So, and he's going to fertilize. So I can go in one pass with the GPS. We'll put the agri-cision in it and run GPS on it, and boom. But I'm going to make sure that I have the right pin pulled, and I really think that the bolt's supposed to go where the pin is. I have had to adjust, I think 3, maybe 4 things now on this cedar since I got it straight off the pallet from Woods, you know, from Deere, but it's a wood cedar. I do think they need to step up a little bit their quality control. I would think that center spike wheel would be centered and I wouldn't have to loosen it up and center it, or the dealer. I've pulled stuff right off the pallet at Lampride. It was ready to use. I mean, you know, you bolt on your cultipacker and stuff, but you didn't have to go through and adjust a chain, and you didn't have to adjust the spike wheel. What else did I do? I had to do something else that was weird. It's like, why is this a thing? I had to adjust the hitch on the quick hitch, or, you know, to mount to my quick hitch. I mean, it was close, but it was a 1/2 inch off on each side. Quick hitch wouldn't hook. So I had to unbolt it, slide it over. Minimal thing, but you would think that dimension, you could snap a jig on there, bolt it down, and you're good. So that's a little thing, but set screws on the bearings. I had to go through and check them all. There was half of them that weren't tight. I wouldn't rely on a dealer to do that. I don't know how, you know, close to attention to detail somebody would be about something like that. You'd think if it came brand new, it'd be ready to go. Anyways, so I'm going to check this out, and we are going to go seed today for the first time and see what this thing does. But watch out for the video. I'm gonna get that done this weekend. I'm gonna try this, and if it works, let me know. Let me know if you guys need a gear, and I think we're gonna do a production run of them. I say we, David, but I'll sell them to you guys, and we'll figure out a price that works for everybody. This was $150 or so, plus or minus, I don't remember, with shipping from Woods. It might have been a touch cheaper than that, and it wasn't the right gear. I had to machine it. So if you have to pay a machinist to do that, that's probably, I don't know, a couple $100 a minimum, I would think. We'll be able to sell you the right gear, and I think we'll be able to at least meet or beat the price. So don't know yet, but and then you'll have the capability of changing your gear ratios. All right, just a quick update. I believe I was correct. So this bolt right here, this is your main seed box, then this drives your agitator. So now I spin my spike and it spins that agitator. Okay, I still need to put the pin back in here, which is right here, for my seed cups. My seed cups aren't running right now. You don't want to run them dry. Not quite sure why, but try not to run them dry. It's supposed to damage them. But with this spinning and with the gear loose here, the bolt was in there. Well, every time I'd spin it, my agitator wouldn't spin and my native seed box would spin by pulling the pin here, obviously, because of the way the transmission goes. So this one solid runs this now on the shaft. This is our gear. This isn't the one we have to change. We have to change that gear there. So we'll have to pull the bottom cover off and take some chains loose and all that to get that going. Hopefully I can make the chain links all work out good. I've got an extra chain, and it's just number 40 skip chain. But anyways, it needs a pin like this right here. That way I can disconnect that if I need to. I can disconnect my normal seed box and spinning, you want to disconnect the seed cups. It wouldn't matter if you spin that agitator or even put a pin on both of these. But I'm just going to leave this bolted up. I'm not going to have a problem at all spinning that agitator with nothing in it if I'm doing brome. But I do want to disconnect my brome box and be able to agitate my primary seed box. So as far as I know, that's the way it's supposed to be. But you guys let me know if you've got a wood superseeder. Let me know how yours is done. I think that's how it's supposed to be, but the manual does not show you where the pins go and the bolts are and all that. I think they had the bolt in the wrong spot. Let me know. We'll see you. All right. Let's see how this goes. Got loader on the tractor. Got pretty heavy seeder on the back. I didn't want to go 5 foot. I wanted to go 6 foot. The 6 foot seeder is rated for the 4066, but I kind of feel like the Kubota is a lighter tractor. Even same size, Kubota inherently is a lighter tractor, but it is lighter than the 4066 by a little bit. I'd rather have a full stack of weights on it instead of the dang loader, but I put the loader on it so I had some seed carrying capability, because the seeder doesn't have the pockets like the Lamprite did. And I like that because I could always put 2 bags aside on it. But I have no idea if we're a little lightweight in the back end. I felt it there when I turned, so we'll see how bad we wheelie up this. Get some weight down low. We're light. Front end's a little light. We're not touching there. We're balancing. That's not great. We don't fit. I can't take the bucket off because I can't get up the trailer. Maybe I could back up. I could back the trailer or back the tractor on without the loader, but then I can't run the seeder without the loader. we don't fit, like by a lot we don't fit. That cedar's pretty long, and I mean I could put the loader forward and maybe we'll have to do that. I mean that still puts me over the ramps quite a ways, even if I pull up and then back up. I just don't have enough length to track. Oh, maybe I'll fill the tractor up and we'll road it up there. It's not incredibly far. My dad's already texted me, hey, where are you at? I'm already here. I understand that. Let me figure it out. Put some fuel in this thing. Give me a little more ballast weight up front, I guess. Because it doesn't like the cedar. That thing does. It sticks out there a long ways. Long, long ways. And it's heavy. All the boxes. But let me get some fuel in it and we'll get it loaded up and try it out. Okay. We're gonna see what she does. Just gonna run right through this so it blends in. I'm gonna make a couple passes and then we'll go back and take a look at it. Kind of see what it looks like. I've got tons and tons of experience with this stuff, so I definitely know what it's supposed to look like and what I would think I would see back here. May need to move my discs. Well, if I was just doing this area, I'd probably move the discs, but I don't think I'm going to necessarily worry about it because we're just blending this edge here. So the discs are turned all the way straight, so they're not roughing the ground up at all. They're just kind of slitting the ground, which is what I want. Let's see if we can turn with this very well. Not bad. Let's see what it does with. I've got 150 pounds of seed in it. Front end's pretty light. Front end is pretty light. But literally my deer dealer just called me and gave me good news. My tractor is shipped out. Now I don't know if that means it is 100% on the road right now or what, but tractor is shipped out. So that's good. Let's see what it does here in bare dirt. Covered pretty good. Well, I'd have to say I do like the cedar. I'll really like it if I can single pass fescue with it soon. I do have a gear for that. Hopefully it works. We had to modify it. It wasn't woods made, but the cedar is definitely heavy on the Kubota. If I had stacked, know, a stack of weights would be fine. I guess I should seat it downhill, huh? I don't know why I decided to go uphill, because then I have to back down the hill. Let me go get a stake cleared out of the spike wheel. Alright, well, we're all done out here. We made a single pass with the discs halfway towards being on the aggressive side. I don't know. I call it open because you're you're making the disc open more. But anyway, so this is where the discs were open. It's got good cover, and then this is where they weren't. Not much difference besides how much it covered the seed. So I think it just roughed it up that much more to give it a little more powder to cover that seed up. So I definitely like that better than this. There's a big difference. You can see more dirt there, a little more seed there. I like that pass better. I wish I would have opened them up a little more when we were doing this, but and this is just where he turned and had seed throw out and stuff like that. But it should be pretty good. We'll check back in, I don't know, 3 weeks or something, a month. We'll see how it grows, and watch out for that video that I've got. I'm going to try to get that gear set on and see if we can get this thing to where we can primary seed with one pass. All right, see ya.